Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to what is hopefully the beginning of something very exciting as we start to share all of our work based around transmission gone viral. My name's Mark. I'm one of the artistic directors of Highly Sprung, and here I'm in conversation with...
I'm Emily. I'm an associate artist with Highly Sprung, and I was a performer in Transmission Gone Viral.
So Transmission Gone Viral is a follow-on from Transmission. We did it originally, I think it was last year in 2019, where we started to look at antimicrobial resistance and our over-dependency and use of antibiotics, both within medicine, but also within our food production. And we worked with some brilliant scientists and virologists from the University of Warwick and also Coventry University. And we kind of created a moving PowerPoint with the lecturers delivering their usual lesson on stage, but with some highly sprung performers bringing the stories and bringing the science to life. And when we went into lockdown because of COVID-19 and the coronavirus, we thought transmission might need to come back. So Emily, as one of the performers, can you tell us what it's like performing a scientific dance or performing all of these scientific words on stage?
Okay, so we kind of came into this at the back end of lockdown, if you can say it's finished, and we went into the rehearsal room, and we basically were looking at COVID and all of the confusing science around it, and we had all of this amazing information from the scientists, and it was our job to basically put that through kind of dance physical theatre lens and make it a bit more understandable. So it kind of helped me with my understanding of quite a lot of it as well, being able to kind of see it in a different light, because there's so much information coming out and there's so much different information coming out. It's a kind of great way to learn a bit more. Makes it a lot clearer. I mean, it made it clearer for me dancing it personally, and I think it makes it clearer watching it. It just gives you something to attach the learning to see it physically in front of you. I know that's for me how I learn anyway.
I know when I was writing it, I did try as much as possible to try and not simplify it, because we don't want to necessarily patronize our audience, but to try and make it as accessible as possible. And as soon as you start seeing dancers being a bit of DNA or a bit of RNA and even representing the virus, that for me, when I was writing it, I was picturing it in my head and what happens when the virus attacks the cell, and try to use that imagery and metaphor to trying to give that information to people so that they can keep themselves safe. And I think that's the most important thing.
Definitely. I think art helps us to make sense of the world. And I think we've all, as a race, as a human race, we've always been able to understand the world through art. So it makes sense to do it in this big happening as well.
Transmission Gone Viral is a collaboration between Highly Sprung, Coventry University and the University of Warwick.